Good morning, Lauren Hellman here. Today is day 6 of my water fasting journey. I'm driving to work, so again, we're going to look at the road instead of the camera. This is what it's all about, maximizing your time, doing more than one thing at once while still being safe. So, today is day 6 of my water fasting journey. I'm down to 193. I'm pretty excited because I'm about to get out of the 190s, which is awesome. My goal weight is like somewhere around I don't even know yet, between 160, 170, and then from there, just continue to fast until I get lean and then maintain. So I am a nurse practitioner in women's health, but I am not operating during these videos and education sessions as a nurse practitioner. I'm just operating as a person sharing a journey. So as always, consult your own doctor before starting any exercise or diet regimen. We're going to get that out of the way right off the bat every day, because I am not able to give you medical advice for a fasting journey. So, day 6 last night was Game of Thrones, a little bit anticlimactic. I won't give any giveaways, but I was hoping for more fighting, and both my husband and I were when it was over. We needed another hour of it, I think, after waiting so long. But during Game of Thrones, I had legit 2 blankets on. I was freezing, so I had one wrapped around the top half, one wrapped around the bottom half. And so the coldness has come back for whatever reason. And again, I said this in a video a few days ago, but what I've read about being cold during fasting is that more of your blood is being sent to the fat stores to mobilize the fat from the fat cells to utilize it for energy. I still have not been able to substantiate that in the medical literature, but it sounds really cool and I'll go with it. So if I'm cold, that means I'm burning fat. Roger that, Jack, I'll take it. So what do we want to talk about today? Let's talk about, number 1, people starting a fasting journey and then their loved ones and their supposed support system giving them all kinds of crap. So I've seen this happen a few times. When I first started my journey, somebody jumped on board with me. One of my Facebook friends, I've never met her in real life, but she's a super cool chick. And she's well respected in her Facebook community as far as I can see on her Facebook page. And so she puts a blast out there hey, I'm going to start fasting, this is what I'm doing, and oh my god, you should have seen the comments. I mean, within 5 minutes she took it down because she was this is going to hurt my business that I have at home too, and she didn't want to hurt her sales because people didn't agree with what she was doing, but people just went off. Now here you go, here's a perfect example of the hypocrisy of people going off on other people about fasting. If I walk into a room and look terrible and say, oh my god, I'm so hungover, I had such a night last night, nobody bats an eyelash. Nobody says a thing to you. What? That's normal? I'm supposed to be hungover? It's okay for me to walk into a room where I had a function, or maybe I had to go to work and it's normal for me to be hungover? Not at all. You should be getting major shit for that. But you don't, because alcohol is a normal part of society. It's been normalized to the point that, alcohol is a poison, legit poison. I drink it, I'm not going to say I don't, but it's legit poison. It is not good for you at all. And if you drink it in its purest form, you would be dead in a minute, or 5 or 10 minutes. But it is not a good thing to do. You can walk around fat AF, super fat, 300 pounds, 400 pounds, and nobody says a thing to you. Nobody. And we all know how unhealthy that is. And whether you're fat or not, you know it's unhealthy, but we don't say anything to people. But if you say you're fasting, people go off. Oh my god, you're starving yourself, that's so unhealthy, you need carbohydrates, you need this many calories a day, blah 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 blah. And they don't do research on it either. They don't do a lick of research, they just go off. So the person that I'm talking about on Facebook took it down within, I want to say 5 or 10 minutes. She private messaged me and she's I can't even keep this up because this is going to hurt my business, and I'm not a confrontational person, and I don't know how to even deal with these questions. And some of the people were supposed experts, a Beachbody coach was on there, somebody else that works for It Works or something like that. So these experts on weight loss that have gotten a ton of education from their MLM company. Not bashing it, I'm just saying that's not real science. So here's my tip for the day for that. Figure out if you want to be public about your fasting journey, or if you would prefer to keep it to yourself. A lot of people keep it to themselves. I'm in a few fasting communities, and we just had a conversation about this last night, and somebody had just started their fasting journey, and their boyfriend or spouse, whatever it was concerned that she was going to hurt herself, kill herself, This is a super bumpy road I'm on today. And she wanted advice on that. And I said, so here's what I did. I told my husband I was doing it. He thought I was crazy, thought it wasn't safe. I did it. I survived it. I felt good during it. I guess some people say it like that. And so then he came around to my side. Now I've been doing it for 3.5 months. And now, instead of giving me any beef about it, he'll just ask me if he's making plans to cook for himself, the kids, or if we're making plans for the week. And he just says, are you eating or not? So he just wants to know where I'm at on my fasting journey. He just wants to know, are you eating today or are you not? And then we're going to make plans from there. So that's one way to go about it. And a lot of people have had luck with that. So when I said that on this forum, a lot of people chimed in and said, same thing, girl, that's what I did. I just did it, proved them wrong, proved that I was healthy, proved that I was losing weight and feeling good and being energetic. And then they came around to my side. And some of them even have their partners or other haters now fasting with them based on their results and the proof that they showed through their fasting. So the other way to do it is just to keep it private. A lot of people in that same thread said that they'd fasted for 5 days and nobody even noticed. Like if their spouse, I don't recommend lying, but if their spouse asked them if they were, they would just say they'd already eaten, or that they just weren't hungry, or that they were going to eat later, or whatever. And then their plan is to tell their spouse or significant other or whoever later, once they've gotten a few fasts under their belts and have lost some weight and are feeling good. Arm is bothering me. I'm going to switch this over here. Let's see. Whoops. Sorry, guys. So they decided that they were going to wait and tell them later and just be like, oh, by the way, I've been fasting for 2 months. I've lost 20, 30 pounds. And that's what I'm doing. I'm still alive. I'm doing great. So don't even think about saying anything. So just know if you're going to start your fasting journey. I'm watching one person who posted last night that's in my chat group that's fasting with me. She just started, like she just got added to my group yesterday. And she just posted something last night about like her last meal on the stove. And then she's like, starting my fasting journey tomorrow. So I'm going to watch her Facebook today and see if she has haters or supporters. You don't have to have supporters to do this, because you can have online communities. You can get in my community. There's a ton of online groups for fasters, and they all have different focuses, whether it be health, weight loss, autophagy, all sorts of things. So just know that you may face that if you go super public and put yourself on blast. Be ready for the backlash of that. I, on the other hand, I was so surprised by this first chick that I was talking about, because I had no haters. Now, anybody who had something like negative or maybe even like pseudo-negative to say decided to PM me and ask me private questions, and I'm not sure why that is. Like, am I an intimidating person? You don't want to like have a confrontation with me on Facebook? I don't think so. So I'm not sure what the difference there is, because I didn't even start out my fasting journey by giving a lot of information. I just said, this is what I'm doing. It sounds like a great idea, and let's go. Maybe because I have credentials behind my name, people don't question me. I'm not even sure. But if anybody did have anything negative to say, or a question that sounded negative, like one person asked me, what's the difference between this and starving, which I've gone over in another Facebook video, or not Facebook, YouTube video. But she asked me privately, and somebody, I think maybe the same person, asked me, is there a fine line between fasting and an eating disorder? And so I answered that. The answer to that question is yes. If you have a history of eating disorders, fasting is probably not for you, because it can trigger some of those same neurotic thinking and eating patterns. But if you don't have a history of that, then you should be safe to try it. Just know that if you're starting to feel like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like an eating disorder to me. It feels like health is what it feels like. But if you start to feel like you're becoming unhealthy about it, then you should reach out to somebody and talk to them about it, and make sure you're still on a healthy path instead of a destructive, self-destructive path of an eating disorder. But there's huge differences. But anyway, the point is that people texted me privately to ask me those things. And then also people, I guess, already know that there's going to be some backlash if they go public about their fasting. So some people are fasting with me privately, but asking me questions privately, and not doing it on Facebook, and not even asking questions on the posts that I put up regularly on Facebook, because I don't want other people to know about it. And all of those options are super cool. I'm cool with any of it. It's your journey. You can deal with it how you want to. But that's my biggest tip for today, is that just know that some people are not going to be supportive, and you're gonna have haters, and they can hate all they want, and then when you get your results and you're sitting there super sexy and super slim and super healthy, and you've got your cholesterol down and your blood pressure's down, and you're coming off your diabetic medications and coming off your blood pressure medication, and you're rocking a new bathing suit, and you know what, they're either going to come around or they're going to at least shut up and stop telling you that you're doing something wrong. But again, how are you gonna tell somebody they're doing something wrong when they're getting healthy by doing a practice that's age old? I mean, it goes all the way back to like Socrates, and even before that, people fast for mental clarity. And like Socrates wouldn't, it may not be Socrates, but it's one of those big thinkers, wouldn't even take students or apprentices unless they were able to fast, because they wanted their mental clarity to be at like peak volume. And so he made his students fast as well, or his apprentices. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, so tip for the day, be careful who you tell. Know you're going to have some haters, and then you're going to have some super great supporters too. And you'll find your supporters in the fasting community, and you'll find them in your own people once they see the results. But you know what? People aren't supportive of diets in general. So you tell somebody you're going low calorie, they'll tell you right off the bat, that's not going to work. You've tried that before. It didn't work for you last time. It didn't work for me. I'm going to go low carb. Well, that didn't work for me either. The minute I put carbs in my mouth, I gained weight. So people are always going to have some negative things to say. And what you'll need to remember is, if you are surrounded by unhealthy people who are overweight, obese, and carrying 20 to 800 extra pounds on their body, they want company. Misery likes company. And nobody likes to watch you get skinny while they stay fat, because that means that they are now doing something wrong and that they should follow you, and they don't want to, because it's hard. And weight loss is never going to be easy. And so just remember all of those things. And that is a huge generalization that I just made, and that's not going to be true of everybody. So don't everybody come out after me because I said that fat people want to stay fat. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when you are actively working on getting thin and healthy, other people who are not quite ready are going to like kind of buck back and not want to join you right off the bat. And because they don't want to join you, they also don't kind of want to have it thrown in their face that you are doing something to get healthy. It's better if everybody just stays status quo. All right, this has gone on long enough. I've rambled this morning. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I am on day 6 of my water fast, 6.5. I'll complete 6 days tonight at 6 p.m. And I'm feeling good. The weekends are the hardest for me because of the kids. I don't know, they just stress me out. That's all there is to it. And I just want to eat. And so even after 3.5 months of fasting, I still have food addiction. And you're going to have it for a while, and you just need to work through it. That's it. I hope everybody has a good day. Bye, y'all. See you tomorrow.